All right, let's talk about how you can calculate percent change. And I can't tell you how much in my professional career that I have used this formula to calculate percent change. So I know it's accurate, I know it works, and it's super useful to know. So without kind of bogging you down with the details, let's just dive into it. Now it's a pretty simple formula. Basically, it's V2 minus V1, and then you divide it by V1. Or in other words, it's your final value minus your initial value, and then you divide that number by your initial value, and you times it by 100 to get it in a percentage. So let's just do that. Basically right here we have the first couple months of the year, January through May, and we have the revenue that, let's just say, our business made in those months. So we want to calculate the percent change, whether that's positive or negative. So obviously for this first space here, we actually can't calculate the percent change because we don't have a second reference point. January was the start date. So after that, once we have two data points, we can use the formula. Basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to do quote. We're going to want to take the final value, which is the current month, minus the initial value, which was the previous month, end quote, divided by the previous month or the initial value. So we're going to get that, and we're going to see that that is a 32% change, or our revenue increased by 32%. Now, if we copy that formula all the way down here, then we can see that, the next month from February to March, we had a negative 15% change. And then from April to March, we had a negative 4% change. And that's to be expected that this will be negative because 135 is more than 115. 115 is more than 110 to get the minus 4. And then we see a jump from 110 to 127, which would be a 15% change or increase. So that's the simple way to do it. Now, if you don't believe that that's true, let me show you with some other math showing that that formula is correct. So let's take our $102,000. All right. So if we want to find a 32% increase in 102,000, so let's say that that's 32% here. Let's take 102,000 and let's just times that by 32%, which is going to give us $33,000. Now, if we add the $102,000 to the $33,000, which is 32% of 102, we're going to get $135,000, which matches our $135,000. So we know that our math is good. We know our math is solid. Percent change is a fairly simple formula. It's, again, V2 minus V1. Then you take that, divide it by V1. Or in other words, final value or the current value minus the previous or initial value divided by the initial value. And hey, I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to this video. Honestly, percent change is a super easy calculation, but honestly, it is so impactful when you're trying to compare month over month sales growth, things like that. Honestly, it's money. So appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. And before you go, please subscribe, smash the like button, and have a great rest of your day.